Om Shanti, and welcome to Soul to Soul. This is Rose from Brahma Kumaris, and we're going to talk about your beautiful self. So it is really important that we see the power of our beautiful self, and how our beautiful self brings us happiness, health, well-being, good relationships, everything. They say that beauty is skin deep, and yes, the outside beauty is skin deep. And we know that we like to look nice and, look after the body. But that is not what makes us beautiful. And I think we have to really think about this to see the value. Because in Raj Yoga we talk over and over about the positivity of our thinking. And every time we think in that more positive way, our highest, most beautiful energy cascades through our entire body system and creates these beautiful energy patterns in our brain also. And we know this, but it's good to look at it again, see the contrast. That when we are moody and grumpy and sad or disillusioned or jealous or any of these energies, that is also coming from patterns in the brain as well as the soul, and it floods through our body, and we look the same as the energies that we're thinking and casting through our body. We look grumpy, we look sad, we look dishevelled. Now, the good chances are that we spend more time with the old energies than we do with the beautiful energies. And so Raj Yoga is saying, try and spend more time with your beautiful energies. Because every time you flood your body with those beautiful energies, it has an effect on your entire body system. You're healthier, fresher. You become kinder, more gentle, more sweet. Your expression is more likeable. You look more trustworthy. You sound more capable, etc. People want to be near you more. If you're always grumpy and bad-tempered, people have to decide how they're going to put up with you. So, although they'll be tied to you by attachment and maybe by family ties, it doesn't mean they'll be enamored with you or totally love you. But they'll accept you because they think they belong to you. But that's very temporary. When you leave your body, you won't take good things with you. And the people who were attached, you won't be there anymore, so you'll be left with your grumpiness. You, the soul, are invisible, but your vibrations can be felt by others. So we feel others' vibrations also. And your inner beauty, when you think nice things, when you see yourself with these beautiful qualities, it shines through your eyes. And it can be heard in your voice. And here's another thing. Sometimes we give ourselves a hard time over this. If you ever feel mistrust, or that someone's not being honest, it's very likely you're feeling their vibrations. It's very likely you're absolutely right. This will actually trigger off waste thoughts in you, but in actual fact, don't give yourself a hard time, because you were actually picking up what someone was sending out to you. You were picking up their energy. So, what is inner beauty? Your character reveals your real beauty. And if you think of it, I'm sure everyone listening here has all these qualities in abundance. It's just we forget to use them and realise we have them and tick the box that they're getting stronger and, and see the value. Bright, clear, gentle, positive, benevolent, kind thoughts create beautiful vibrations. And we go on, and it can sound as if it's quite, oh gosh, it's quite dull, this, but peace is the foundation of inner beauty, because peace is your power. Your entire power for everything you ever do comes from your peace. And if I'm disturbed and peaceless, then I'm chaotic inside my own head, and I'm upset, and I'm aggrieved, and I'm all these different energies inside my own head. I'm not peaceful. So no beauty can come through my body at that point, and no beauty can shine through my face, and no beauty can shine to touch the hearts of others. So peace is the foundation of our inner beauty. So the more I practice the meditation or Raj Yoga, and the more I realise the value of making the self still and silent and peaceful over and over, I can't give up on that one throughout the day. It will bring so many wonderful qualities with it. I will become more practical and maybe tidier and make things work better in my daily life. This will reassure me. This will bring different feelings from others. How can you grow your inner beauty? And what is a spiritual makeover? People get a physical makeover, and you can see it, just put the different colours and get this done and that done, and there we are, look what a difference. But I noticed very early on in my spiritual life that people who might look incredibly beautiful, and it could be very daunting because you'd think, oh gosh, I could never compete with that, look at, they are so beautiful physically, even with or without all the added stuff that you can put on to make that look good. But even if they had the most exquisite face in the world and they were all angry and agitated and jealous or upset, you would look and think, gosh, they don't look beautiful anymore for that few seconds or half an hour or whatever. They didn't look beautiful. Whereas I used to notice that people who came to do the meditation, just ordinary people, normal people like ourselves, if they kept coming, you'd think, gosh, they look so lovely. Now, it was nothing to do with what they did with their face or their hair or anything, but their face changed because they were becoming more peaceful inside. And that tranquility showed big time. You don't always see ourselves. I could see a lot of things, but we don't always see what's happening to ourselves. And it definitely has an impact. So, what is a spiritual makeover? Through meditation and an optimistic attitude, I can shift away from negative thoughts and learn to generate good feelings. So really think it's like putting a sparkling makeup on the face. Something you cannot achieve with the physical makeup. I'm not saying to people don't do whatever you have to do, but as well as that, put the spiritual sparkle onto the self. Because heavy thoughts make the mind uncomfortable, and I become, it's like frozen inside because I'm not noticing myself. So if my inner beauty, that is, if I, the soul, if I'm not aware of myself, so I'm not aware that I have good qualities, I'm not aware to smile, I'm not aware to let it go, I'm not aware to be good-natured at that point when I could be grumpy. If I'm not aware, here's what happens. My eyes will be lifeless, and my vibrations will be unpleasant. This is what happens when I'm thinking only in a bodily way of all the sorrows and sadness and things that I think have been done badly to me or whatever. I can think about these things in meditation and try and find solutions, but when I'm in interaction and I'm up and running, I should do my best to allow myself to sparkle. It's as if I'm trapped or imprisoned. And jealousy and self-pity are like painful wounds and scars on the soul. And here's where we're back again to peace. Because I feel that I need the ointment of peace to heal myself. And remind myself, now this goes for every one of us, not to say, oh, it's not me, it's only people who've done this forever. No, it's inside you. It belongs to you. Remember, I am a beautiful soul. And what is the beauty of the soul? Kindness, friendliness, sweetness, cooperation, gentleness, helpfulness. Now, you know, there's nobody here listening to this who doesn't think they have these qualities. You do, but we forget. And we forget to use them in action, especially if something comes to daunt us. So to be patient with yourself as you encourage your true beauty to come out of hiding. It's like it hides, it likes to hide. Because we've had the habit of the sadness and the grumpiness and the blaming and being daunted and losing our feeling of self-worth. You are worthy of great respect, but first, you do have to teach yourself your self-worth. No one else can do that. You have to do it for yourself. And any one of us can rediscover our inner beauty if they know where to look. Now, we do know where to look because that's what we're talking about over and over. The soul is beautiful energy. You are a soul. What does that mean? Be your true self. Choose to be beautiful. So remember, people can see what we think they cannot see. They can see when there's no beauty coming from the personality of whoever they're with. And they can see when there's a glimpse of that beauty, and they're attracted by the beauty. They trust the soul that shows even a spark every now and again of some life of beauty. And the foundation for all of this inner beauty is peace. And there's no getting away from this part, because our original nature is peace. So through meditation and an optimistic attitude, I can move away from negative thoughts and learn to generate good feelings. So we can easily do this, especially if we have some time. Make some time to be in stillness with the self at some point in the day. If I can do this in the morning, that is a huge, huge benefit. And then if it can prompt me throughout the day when I'm in interaction not to get put down by others who may be acting in they have an off mood, they're a bit depressed, they're a bit jealous. It doesn't mean you don't feel that you want to help, but don't get pulled down by their moods. Feel that you're supportive. Feel that you understand. Feel that you can be there to help others. That's the way to scoot forward, actually, at quite a fast speed. If you feel you're going to be helpful and useful, we all want to be useful. So yes, you are a soul. Choose to be beautiful. Okay. Om Shanti. I'm sure Marilyn's going to give me some questions.
Beautiful. Why do I spend time with old thinking patterns, even when there is such an opportunity to create newness at every second?
Well, because we've had old patterns for such a long time, they've become very powerful habits. And sometimes we quite enjoy the old habits, to be honest. We quite like to be a bit sort of, people feel sorry for us and we feel we'll get a bit of sympathy and that kind of thing. But Raja Yoga is teaching us to go beyond that. You don't need that. It's a weakness. You should be there to understand through your understanding that maybe you could support others when they feel down and help lift them up. Yeah.
I find the word self-pity quite interesting. You said self-pity was like a sand scar, like a scar on the soul. And I think that's connected with what you just answered there. Could you say a bit more about that almost enjoyment of the wallowing, you know, the sad songs, the sad movie, the regurgitating sad memories?
Yeah.
What is that addiction to sorrow, really?
I think we're trying to prove to ourselves over and over that we're not to blame. That we can blame others for any wrong deed we've done. Somewhere deep inside we know we've moved away from our true self. And by having that self-pity or by blaming and regurgitating that it wasn't me, it was them, we're living in a culture of blame. We used to go to the prisons and the prison officer used to say, everyone here is innocent, nobody's done anything wrong. And right enough, when we used to hear their stories, we used to think, gosh, why are they in here? They haven't done anything wrong. We were gullible, I have to say. And it's like, no, it wasn't me, it was them. I just happened to be walking past and here the police came and they picked me up as well, so here I am. But I wasn't even part of it. I don't know anything about it. So I think we've learned to do this to kind of safeguard our own mental health as time has gone on, but it's become a burden because we know it's not true deep inside. That's the way I see it for myself. Inside we know that there's a burden, I don't know how to shift it, and the only way I feel I can shift it is put the blame onto circumstances and people and things, and it wasn't me. But the more I do meditation and my peace comes back, I can see that maybe that's not quite true. And so I become true to myself. As I become true to myself, I begin to understand. Then when I meet others, I can understand what they're going through, that they're also wallowing in self-pity and putting the blame on everything. And not ready to take responsibility. It takes a little while. I think peace has to come into us before we're ready to feel the strength of the support of our own peace, to see things maybe how it really was. When I look at my memory track, is this true? Or have I kind of added these bits on? Okay.
And maybe just a question about peace again, because you laughed and said, here, you're going to say, here I go again about peace. But peace is the foundation.
Yeah.
And so when the answer is so simple, and yet the world is so full of distraction, and the habit is to be agitated really, what would you say would be tips to maintain the practice or to keep your awareness so that you keep coming back to peace, knowing how important it is?
Because the peace is truth. And somehow once we even put our toe on the water of truth, the feeling of that peace, even if it's just a touch, will pull us back again and again, because there's no other place to go. It's like, look out into the world, it gets more disturbed, more disturbed, more disturbed. There isn't a space for my mind to settle. There isn't a space for me to feel some kind of release from that disturbance, except my own inner peace. So I'll keep going back. But at first, in a worldly way, it seems so boring. Here she goes on again about peace, peace, peace. So it must be because we're used to excitement and
complications.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. So let's do a meditation on our beautiful self, because again you'll go back again and again to look at your beauty, because it's true, it's truth, it's not made up, and it's not that a few people can become beautiful. At the start of our journey of all human beings, we were very, very beautiful, because our spiritual energy was also up and running. And we were aware of these different incredible energies within the self. And it was easy for us to see others and to express our own personality of beauty and to appreciate the beauty in others. But gradually, as we started to take comfort in beauty only through the physical, then as time would go on, all we looked for was the answer out there. So buy this will help, this colour would be better, this would be better for me. And now, today, don't even ask. I mean, I've had a wee look and I thought, oh gosh, so many things are tempting and they don't really work, and so they'll break your heart, because you cannot be beautiful even through you go and get it all things done to it. Your face, it still won't make you not be angry or upset or have a bad mood or lose your friends or feel unsupported or blame everything and everyone. It won't stop any of that. Remember, I'm a soul. My original nature is to be peaceful, loving and kind and gentle. These are your beauties. These are your wonders. Cooperation. Feeling of closeness and community. These are the wonders. Being patient and understanding others because you've been there. We've all been on a long journey. We've tried it all. We've tested everything. And we know ourselves what worked and what didn't work. When I remember there's one above who's full of my original qualities, and I have time to spend and even just explore and think of that energy, then it's like sunlight on my energy. It gives my energy a chance to grow and come back to me. This is why meditation is like a breath of life that gives us back our spiritual power and beauty. Because to tell ourselves over and over, I am a soul, a being of light and energy,